order today.
People, locations right near you. Rams the good food, people in store specials for you. Rams the good food, people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. We want your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
This Valentine's Day, give the gift everyone really wants, relaxation, with Valentine's vouchers from the Chop Shop Salon and Spa. Celebrate Valentine's, Galentine's, or just treat someone who's always got your back. Literally, we've got you covered. Choose a 45-minute couples full body massage for $2.95, an hour-long couples massage for $3.95, or our couples pedicure pampering for $1.99, a guaranteed favorite. Vouchers are on sale February 1st to 15th, valid until March 31st, VAT included. Visit us at Port Zante, Frigate Bend near the Marriott, or Nevis next to Hartsburg. WhatsApp 869-667-7243 to book today.
The holidays just got a whole lot brighter with the new $5 Holiday Stash Scratch Ticket. It's easy to play, packed with $1,000 prizes and many chances for you to win big this holiday season. So go ahead, treat yourself, spread some cheer, and stack some cash. Play Holiday Stash today at Caribbean Lottery agents and vending machines island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Please play responsibly.
Welcome back to Island Tea, just about 39 minutes after the hour of 8, and as promised, we have members and the district governor of the Rotary Club in studio with us this morning. So, good morning all and welcome, and I will begin with a little introduction. It says the board visits. District Governor Soraya has been a member of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia from March 2010. She served as president in the year 2018 to 2019 and has served in other capacities on the club's board and continues as an active member of her club. At the district level, she serves as district secretary or served as district secretary during the Rotary year 2020 to 2021 and has served as district interact chair for 3 terms. She has been instrumental in revitalizing and growing District 7030's Interact community. District Governor Soraya is passionate about Interact and is keenly focused on the upskilling of youth in service and leadership, and by extension, the shaping of leaders for the future. She is a founding committee member and director of the Worldwide District Interact Chair Association, which provides a platform for district Interact leaders who are focused on strengthening Interact districts across the Rotary world. District Governor Soraya is a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, a charter and continuing member of District 7030 Polio Plus Society, and a member of the Paul Harris Society. District Governor Soraya is a corporate banking professional, having served in the banking and finance industry for over 40 years. Also with her in studio this morning, we have Dr. Marcus L. Nata, Assistant Governor for St. Kitts and Nevis, and President Cosbert Woods, Rotary Club of Layamiga President. So, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Not saying I'm not going to give you gentlemen a special welcome, but a special welcome to our guest. That is District Governor Soraya Warner Gustav.
Good morning, and thank you so very much. It's an absolute pleasure to be here
And our
with you this
pleasure having
morning.
you this morning. So I'm going to start off with the lady first. So for the listeners who may not be familiar with what exactly is a district governor in the Rotary, what does that role involve?
Thank you.
Welcome.
So, the Rotary District Governor is effectively responsible for Rotary clubs within its purview. And let me just give some context to that, because we're speaking about a district, and to say that Rotary is based on its organizational structure, you would have zones and districts, and then clubs. And so our districts comprise or are made up of clubs. Our particular Rotary district comprises 77 clubs across 17 countries. And we start off from St. Kitts and Nevis in the north, all the way down to Trinidad in the south. Our district also comprises the Guyanas out in South America. So we have French Guyana, Guyana and Suriname, as well as the Dutch islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. So the district governor have oversight over these countries and by extension the clubs that exist there. And we're not just talking about Rotary clubs, there are 77 of them, but we also have our junior programs. So we have Rotaract clubs, we have 47 Rotaract clubs, and we also have Interact clubs, and currently we have 100 Interact clubs.
And you're in charge of all of that.
And I have oversight, responsibility for all of these clubs. And so part of my mandate is to visit all of the countries within my purview. It's in an effort to, of course, assess the community impact for all of these clubs. I'm also responsible for inspiring and motivating, and I'm hoping that I'm doing a good job of that while I'm here in St. Kitts. But essentially, that's the role of the governor, to inspire, to motivate, to encourage membership growth, because we're all about growing our Rotary movement across the district and by extension the world as well.
Can I ask off the chart question, what inspired you to join the club?
So that's a very good question. You know, people join persons join Rotary for various reasons, and for me, what is more important is why you actually stay. But I joined for networking purposes at the time, and this is like 15 years ago. But I stayed because I believe in the power of Rotary. We're all about service and community development. We are multifaceted. We have a keen focus on youth development, youth leadership. And I stayed so that I could help influence in that way.
Okay, I like that answer. I like that you said you joined and you give the reason why you stayed. So
Yes.
that's an excellent answer. What is the heart of the Rotary's mission, and why does it still matter today? Anyone wants to take that question?
So I'm going to invite our AG to join in the conversation.
Sure. I mean, without reciting the mission statement per se, our ethos, our motto is service above self. And I think that encapsulates and leads into what the mission is. The mission is to look beyond ourselves and look and see how we could assist others, right? So it's not about looking down on persons, but, you know, if we're looking down, that means we're trying to help them up,
Yes.
right? And that's what Rotary is about. It's 1.3 million plus Rotarians globally. So anywhere in the world we go and there's a Rotary Club, we can pop in on the meeting,
Yes.
pop in on a project that they're doing, and we're welcome because we're family. And so our mission is to spread that message of service above self. In our world right now, where maybe volunteerism isn't as powerful or maybe active as it typically was a few years ago, where persons are looking more inward and, well, what are you going to do for me? And not necessarily what can I do
For you.
to help someone else. And so Rotary's mission is to change that narrative and flip it, and let us look and see how we can help persons in our community.
Okay, all right. What impact are the Rotary clubs here in St. Kitts making in our communities, and what impressed you most during your visit?
So, in terms of the impact that the Rotary Clubs of St. Kitts are making, I will allow our president from the Rotary Club of La Amiga to answer that question. But I want to say that the visits are scheduled in such a way that you can get a feel, as I indicated earlier, of the club's community impact and the projects that are dear to them. And the first project that I got to witness straight from the airport is a dictionary project that the Rotary Club of La Amiga Rotary Club of St. Kitts, excuse me, we have two clubs, yes. Rotary Club of St. Kitts is involved in. And so they are focused on ensuring that every grade 3
Yes.
across all the primary schools in St. Kitts receive a dictionary. And so I got to be a part of that distribution of dictionaries to 2 primary schools on the island. Now, that might seem a simple project, but there's deep impact, right, in terms of how you are ensuring that our young people understand the power of education, right, the importance of reading, the importance of literacy. And that is one of the areas of focus of Rotary, to support education. And the Rotary Club of St. Kitts is doing an extremely, extremely fantastic job with this project, because it's a legacy project, and it was quite inspiring to see the response of the young kids in the classroom, right, receiving dictionaries, because they understand what it is. There's a young pupil who said that this is going to make me smarter. This is going to help me to do better in my exams. So they understand the impact that's being made. So it might seem a simple project, right? But when we as Rotarians get involved in projects, it's really about having this long-term view, because you're looking at how this is going to impact this young individual through his life, because it's empowering, it ensures that the doors for future opportunities are opening, right? So you don't discount this small gift of a dictionary to a grade 3 student.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Our president is nodding in agreement. So, President, you can go ahead with your response.
Just to make sure that I answer the question correctly, just repeat, and specifically the portion that you would like me to hone in on.
Okay, so what impact are the Rotary clubs here in St. Kitts making in our communities, and what impressed you most? I should ask, were you on that school visit?
Yes, I
Yes.
was.
On that school visit.
Okay, great. And good morning to you and to the listening and viewing audience. Just to take off from where A.G. Marcus left off when he spoke about the service above self, overarching motto for Rotary International, I think that is where our impact is felt. Because yes, the clubs do fundraising, which is able to contribute and finance different activities and service projects, and the upkeep of the club and being part of Rotary International. But what I think is also good is that we give of our time, our efforts, our skills, and our hearts, essentially, because we love what we do. Right? A genuine, true, committed Rotarian loves what they do. And I remember you asked a question to the DG in terms of why do you stay? You stay because you love it. Right? Sometimes the build-up towards an activity can be very painstaking, but once you're in the heart of it, doing it, executing it, interacting with the people, getting the feedback, the responsiveness, it's a sense of calming, that comes over you, because you feel the impact by the way the community embraces you, their responsiveness, their familiarity with you. So I think that through a lot of the projects that we do, such as the spelling bee competition, our luncheon with the Sadler's Home for the Elderly, our Christmas hamper distributions, our back to school activity, what we're doing is we are actually actively engaging with these persons. Right? I'll give you a quick story. I remember when we were doing our food and care package hamper distributions one time. You know, we were in this community which has probably a negative stereotype in terms of, you know, some negative activities that take place in there. And we were in there going to certain households delivering packages. And I remember when I came out of an alley after delivering a package, a lady that knows me, she saw me and she was like, "Mr. Woods, what you doing?" You know, boy, that's a bad boy alley or something like that, you know. And I said, no, we were delivering care packages, you know, to the sick and shut-in and some of the elderly persons. But one of the things that resonated with me is that when we go into these communities and we have on our blue Rotary shirts, the boys on the block, the fellas, they see us, you know, if we're unsure where a person lives or where their house is, we might ask them and they say, "Oh, come with me, man," you know, and they carry us down, carry us, you know, to the path and take us to the house and so forth. So that in and of itself shows us that the community embraces us. And regardless of what's going on in there, they know that when Rotarians come into the community, they come to do good. They come to serve. They come to give back. And I think that in and of itself speaks a lot in terms of the impact that we have, right? Because, you know, under normal circumstances, I'm mosey in there and fellas will be like, "Oh, who is he? What are you doing in here? Are you from here?" You know, that type of thing. But the blue shirts, they speak power. And they know that we're coming to do good. And by them actually partnering with us and leading us to some of these places, that is all part of the motto for this year, United for Good. So they're uniting with us and helping us to, you know, do our job and make sure that the recipients of these packages receive them. So I just wanted to throw in that little anecdote to kind of, you know, give persons an insight into some of the journeys that we encounter with these projects. Yes.
Okay. Anything to add, AG?
No, I think President Cosbert said it quite well. I believe the impact for me a lot of times is when you see the persons outside of the time when you actually did the project.
Yeah.
You know, and they remember you, even if I don't have on a Rotary shirt. And you know, and then over time you become you know, familial and more almost friends and so on with some persons. I mean, I form real bonds with lots of persons. So much so, I mean, I had to go to some funerals even because the elderly persons passed, and you know, I felt compelled to go because over so many years we had interactions, and you know, sometimes I go and we give them things, and I leave with more than what we were giving them. People give us things off their farms and their backyard gardens, and you know, so
ladies love him.
I didn't know.
I'm going to let you know. The old ladies love him in the rural community.
I have some lady friends in the rural communities of St. Kitts, and I do love them back as well. So yeah, so when we speak about impact, it's all of that. So sometimes you think you're making an impact, and you are, but they make more of a positive impact even on you, and I feel that a lot.
Alrighty. So, and let me ask this question of the chat as well. What about the days when you don't feel like serving? What motivates you to serve?
For me, I mean, when you join Rotary and anything really, but Rotary, you know, you kind of take an oath to serve, and so on those days where you don't feel like it per se, you have to channel like, why did I join, and what is the real purpose of Rotary, and it's really not about me, and it's about those other persons, because if I choose to let me stay home that day and President Cosworth decides he's going to stay home and let's say we cancel the event because now everybody is like, oh, I'm too tired today, etc. Those persons who were probably looking forward to us coming around, whether it was to give them something else, sometimes it's just to just go and fellowship with them, socialize and so on. Then it's a big loss, and we lose that sense of the impact that you can make on persons. And like I said, people give you as well, so they're looking to give you, whether it's a hug or whether it's a pumpkin from the backyard or whatever, and then you miss that opportunity, and you never know what can happen, like I said. So the next day you might hear something and you're like, oh man, I didn't even go that day, and now that person is gone or something occurred negatively to them or something. So you try to push through, that's what I do, and I try to stick to the fact that I joined for a reason, and this is the reason, and so I try to just push through and hang up.
All right. District Governor, anything to add to that?
Yes, I could say that, well, just to feed off from what AG Marcus would have indicated, Rotary becomes a way of life for us. Rotary also has a way of channeling your passions and interests, right? So I say that if you find your passion, you find your Rotary. And if you have that deep interest in what you are tasked with, there's nothing that keeps you back, right? Because you are so embedded, right? And you're so involved in what it is that Rotary is offering that there really is no turning back. And Rotary is big on accountability, right? We have a creed that we live by, and it's called the 4-way test. And it speaks to that. It speaks to ensuring that we hold ourselves accountable. It speaks to integrity. It speaks to how we handle ourselves, our standards, our conduct, right, as Rotarians. So all of that, comes together. And in answer to your question, you cannot not want to, or should not want to, right, continue with a project, because you've made a promise. It's a promise that we are making to the communities that we're serving, all right? So that would be my add-on to your question.
Thank you for the answers, lady and gentlemen. So for someone that's listening and wants to be part of something meaningful, whether as a member, volunteer, or partner, how can they get involved with the Rotary? President?
Sure. I think one of the easiest ways to get involved is to show up to the activities that we have, participate, engage. Both the Rotary Club of Lyamega and the Rotary Club of St. Kitts, we do several activities in the community, and we usually have our public awareness campaigns leading up to it. And I think one of the things that shows commitment right off of the bat is showing up, being present, participating in some of these community activities that we undertake, specifically when they're advertised. And right then and there, you see, okay, well, this person is interested, this person, has a passion for what it is we do. And I think in engaging those individuals, those are the ones that tend to be a bit more sustainable, right? Yes, we do our recruitment and public engagement to try and bring in people. But what I always caution the membership about is not overselling the club, right? Because you have to be mindful of creating certain expectations of grandeur, and so you overly entice someone, they come in, realize that it's a lot of work to do, and you only reap the benefits of the fruit that you actually reap and plant and go out there and give up your blood, sweat, and tears. And some people are not, built for that or cut out for that. So I think it has to be a give and take where we meet in the middle ground. Yes, we do recruit, but sometimes the key thing is to have that engagement, have that conversation, feel out individuals that say, you know, I like these things that you all do, you know, and I think I have some ideas, and I think that if you all consider doing this, or I have a business, or I work with a group of children, and I think they would be instrumental in that. Right off the bat, you know, these are persons that they're thinking how they can add value to what it is you do, and I think those are the type of persons that we're looking for and would help the clubs to grow and to sustain. So in terms of how someone can get involved, speak to myself, AG Marcus, or any of the Rotarians that you may know. Also showing up to our activities, and if we do call you and ask you or invite you to a meeting, show up, come out, you know. So I'm extending an invitation to you to come to our next meeting. Next week, Wednesday morning, Brimstone Hill Society office, 7:45.
All right, I'll think about it, right,
Okay.
sir? I will think about it. All right, so District Governor, anything to add as we close?
Yes, it's always an awesome opportunity to be able to share about Rotary. Extremely excited to be here and be a part of the Rotary St. Kitts, and to see the type of service activities and projects that they're involved in. So I encourage the community of St. Kitts and persons who are interested in Rotary to get involved. If you're interested in giving back to the community, join Rotary. If you're interested in influencing and supporting our youth and encouraging leadership development, join Rotary. If you're interested in networking, having fun and fellowship, join Rotary.
All right. So you heard it here, join Rotary, and as the president would have said, come see, feel out. If he sees you're interested, he'll give you a call. So be rest assured you will be contacted. Thank you all for coming in this morning. It was indeed a pleasure having you, and we look forward to seeing you when next you visit.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
You could win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4, you could get it all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hosfords.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Give her a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
And we're back on Island Tea, just about 6 minute view. Hello?
We already have a
Oh, call on Island Tea.
Yes, and greetings to everybody once more again in the name of Jesus Christ, the only Savior of sinners from the sins and from hell, by the gospel only, through faith only. according to the word of God only. Now, I'm going to say this. I touched on it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again today. Well, I touched on it to a little degree yesterday. Now, our process of electing and putting up government and leaders and that sort of stuff, it goes against the Bible, and therefore it is sinful. And to participate in such, in electing government, is also sinful and goes against the Bible, because you're propping up something that and preserving something that is destructive, sinful, and goes against the Bible. And therefore, it's no wonder the churches are all messed up with all kind of political divide. Certain churches, they are known as PAM churches. Other churches known as Labour churches. Other churches.
And why are they known as those?
Churches. Because they put more energy and backing into the parties than what they do for Jesus Christ and the Bible. You know, that's what they're more known for.
Your Excellency.
The political partisanship than what they're known for when it comes to obeying the Bible, because they don't put that energy into the Bible. They put more energy into the political partisanship, and that is why. Somebody calling me?
No.
Okay. Yeah. And like I said, that is why the church, and they have all kind of divides in it. This now speak to that person, that now speak to that person because of what party they're back. And like I said, even the churches, them who ain't known as PAM, known as Labour, and who ain't known as Labour, known as PLP churches and that sort of stuff. So the whole thing is simple and destroying the churches.
Can I say?
Participating in it.
But are we supposed to tell them don't come to church? Because I find they go to all the churches. They just ask their followers to follow them to church, which I think.
No, man, just talking about that. Even I'm talking about the pastors and at least the majority of the churches. You see them putting out more energy in support of the party than in obeying the word of God. For example, let me give you an example. One time I saw a certain political party went to a certain church, and the church had a lot of energy for the political party because it was some kind of celebration. Then another party went to the same church for some party celebration as well, and the people hardly put out any energy for that other party. But the church who was known to be a supporter of their party, when their party was there, you see them put out a lot of energy. I was looking at it on the internet some time ago, and when you hear most of the members and most of the party and the leaders and the ministers and so talk, you hear them talking more about the party than about the Bible or Jesus Christ. And that is why some churches are known as PAM churches, others Labour churches, other PLP churches, and it is a disgrace, and it is a black eye to the cause of the kingdom of God, because you're supposed to be known as Jesus Christ Church and not associated with any political party.
Okay.
You know. So, and it is all, and because it all goes against the Bible, it is all destructive and damaging and ruinous to the churches, first of all, and secondly to society as a whole as an extension, because you become dark rather than light. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You have another call.
Caller, go ahead. You're live in Antigua. We lost that caller right there, Quinn. I wonder if it is. I think it's the line that makes that underwater vibe, you know.
Yeah, sometimes it's because usually it's because they might have on something that feeds back a radio that is. As long as you have a radio that is saying the same thing that is being on the air, it loops and that loops cause an echo, and that echo causes a feedback. Hello, caller.
Good morning. Participating in the political process is a sin. That's a stretch. But anyway, with regard to what you said,
That is why I said if he was asserting that we should just stick with the incumbent, but I didn't want to go into a rabbit hole.
yeah, which of course he's entitled to give his views, obviously. But we have to remember that in the Unity Coalition, and even in coalitions before that, they were not naturally occurring phenomena in the sense that nobody thought that it was possible. As a matter of fact, when the first Unity government was formed, it was given 6 months, if I remember correctly. Okay? And I'm saying that in politics, there's no such thing as ruling anything off the table. Okay? And the same thing applies now. Right? It's not a case of being once bitten, twice shy. It's a case of what the reality is on the ground. And I think Shani was correct in not forcing, having her hands forced.
Yeah.
Okay, right? In saying that it will be on our terms and so on, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Hold a second. There's another caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, good morning. I'm back again, Grant. I just want to make a small contribution, but I'll wait until my turn.
Go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, you know, especially at this stage when yes, elections are around the corner. They may be called a snap election, may be called.
Okay, we're gonna have to break because there's a I think it's CDC who's supposed to be here.
So we're gonna continue at the half-hour mark.
Yeah.
Okay then.
All right, thanks. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Found the sound 98.9.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate love with a taste of something truly special. From the heart of Port Zante, St. Kitts Chocolate Factory presents the Valentine's Sweet Package. 3 delightful options crafted to match your moment. Option 1, just $99. 4 handcrafted locally made chocolates. 4 chocolate dipped strawberries. A simple sweet gesture that says, I'm thinking of you. Option 2, $135. 6 gourmet chocolates. 4 chocolate dipped strawberries. 1 small teddy bear. A balanced blend of flavor and charm. Perfect for sharing. Option 3, $189. 9 assorted chocolates, 6 chocolate dipped strawberries, a cuddly teddy bear. Our deluxe package for when you want to go all out. Handcrafted with love, locally made with pride, wrapped in romance, ready for you. Place your order today. WhatsApp or call 762-3232 or 764-7860. Find us at Port Zante, directly across from the marina. Just look for the sign and follow your heart. St. Kitts Chocolate Factory, where love is always in season.
Rams the good food people always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
This Valentine's Day, give the gift everyone really wants. relaxation with Valentine's vouchers from the Chop Shop Salon and Spa. Celebrate Valentine's, Galentine's, or just treat someone who's always got your back. Literally, we've got you covered. Choose a 45-minute couples full body massage for $2.95, an hour-long couples massage for $3.95, or our couples pedicure pampering for $1.99, a guaranteed favorite. Vouchers are on sale February 1st to 15th, valid until March 31st, VAT included. Visit us at Port Zante, Frigate Bend near the Marriott, or Nevis next to Hartsburg. WhatsApp 869-667-7243 to book today.
The holidays just got a whole lot brighter with the new $5 Holiday Stash scratch ticket. It's easy to play, packed with $1,000 prizes and many chances for you to win big this holiday season. So go ahead, treat yourself, spread some cheer, and stack some cash. Play Holiday Stash today at Caribbean lottery agents and vending machines island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Please play responsibly.
And we're back on Island Tea, just about 20 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. And with us in studio, as promised, Dominic, showing people an empty teacup. I do not understand why. It is Island Tea, yes, but we don't have tea every day. I don't even bring my teacup with me now. Yeah, I have my teacup more.
I was just hoping that, since we're close to
But I celebrated you last Friday with tea.
I haven't celebrated me this Friday.
What's so special about this Friday?
Valentine's Day.
Your son, he came and he on me why I don't have on red. My toes not painted red. My nail not. He just on me this morning. And he doesn't have on ink of red. But I must be red out. My blood is red.
Mine too. So
okay, so we good.
Red blooded.
Listen, you for the win.
Good morning. How are you?
I am trying to be better than yesterday, kind sir. What about you?
Good. I am awesome today.
All right, folks, don't mind us, okay? We are good people over here.
Adam's awesome today. So awesome that I couldn't resist. So I got confused because I was so awesome today. So I'll just get to it.
Yeah, right? You was right.
I'll just get to it. So today we're going to be discussing hire purchase options at TDC. So we're going to talk about hire purchase. And I'd just like to start by saying, I give a little plug for the company, a little extra plug for the company. In the mid-80s, TDC was the forerunner when it came to hire purchase. Right? We originally started the whole thing, and then we had other businesses following. Following. Let me not say follow. Other businesses joining the bandwagon. We had Singer. You remember Singer? Singer with Singer.
How is it so different?
Singer
was the thing with the machines. I still have a Singer machine, Lord, I don't know how to sew. Go ahead.
So we're gonna continue. I just want to give some historical perspective. It is History and Heritage Month, so piggyback on that too.
History.
Right. So we have hire purchase options available for our clients in St. Kitts and Nevis through our home and building depots in our credit departments. So we recognize, I think last week we spoke about TDC Financial providing loans and so forth, but we do recognize that some persons have needs as well, and they may not have the cash available, and they don't want to go that route. So we've created an opportunity, which we still have. We haven't finished it at all. I'm just reminding those persons who might have figured, hey, they stopped doing hire purchase. No, we haven't. We have not stopped doing hire purchase. So we do hire purchase for those persons who want to purchase large appliances, who want to purchase furniture, who want to purchase garden tools. So we have weed eaters, lawnmowers, chainsaws. Okay, let's try a caller.
Caller.
Oh well, the caller decided to wait a little longer to hear what the higher person.
Go ahead for Dominic.
Good morning. Good morning. I have a question for Dominic. Hold on.
I hope I could answer.
I want to ask Dominic if he know the history of higher purchase, how higher purchase got started.
Getting back into history.
And I'm going to let you talk to somebody, Dominic.
Sure.
Go ahead. Dominic, you're going to answer? You know the history of higher purchase?
If I know the history of higher purchase?
Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar with the history of higher purchase. So I'm open to being schooled today.
Okay. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. And thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. My name is Theo.
Theo, yes.
Right?
Yes, Theo.
Before everybody called me Theo, they called me T. When I went to work for TDC, they started calling me Theo. Right? I was the originator idea of higher purchase in TDC. I used to work TDC Rentals.
Yes, that is correct. TDC Rentals was where higher purchase was at the time. Yes, you are correct.
Mhm.
Yes.
It started when we used to rent TVs to the hotels, to the guests at the hotels, and after a certain amount of rentals, they will sell them out. And I had a neighbor who needed one, and she couldn't afford to pay it up front. I went to my boss, E.B. Morton, and I put it before him. And he told me, he said, okay, have her come in and we'll talk. And I went with her, and she started paying $6 a week for the TV.
Wow. What time frame was this, Theo? I don't mean to go all the way back, but what time frame was this?
It was back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right. Wow.
Right, and after that started, Mr. Morton said, he said, anybody who wants anything, after a few months of that going on, he said, anybody want anything, go to the hardware and choose it and come back to us.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Wow, history over there in Connecticut.
And here's Theo.
Yeah, one of the instrumental persons in this higher purchase process.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know all of that went on.
Theo, thanks for bringing that bit of information to us. Wow. I'm blown away. you know the time frame, but to actually hear from someone who's been part of the process, it's different. It's totally different.
Oh, wow.
Well, Theo, thanks, and it's good to see that you're also giving history lessons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I will not give any more on that, but I also have a few more things that I did working for that company.
Okay.
That is still going on today, but that's for another time.
That's for another time. Thanks for joining us.
Okay,
I'm so grateful that he brought that bit of
you.
information to us.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He got me tongue-tied.
Yeah, I didn't know history lies over there. Wow.
So, for persons who want to take items on hire purchase, you have the opportunity to do so by making no deposit. You could make no deposit if we have an arrangement with your establishment that does a salary deduction process.
Okay.
So for those businesses and enterprises that allow for salary deductions, you come in and you want the TV, you want the stove, you want the washer, you want the dryer, you want the stereo set, you want the large appliances, you want the furniture, you want the bed, you want the chair, dining room set, no deposit. Just as long as we have that facility with your employer.
Yeah.
If we don't, you're required to make 20%.
20%,
salary
okay.
And these are standard. So it's not that we're doing something totally different. These are standard practices, right? So for customers who are employed for 4 months, again, we do recognize, you might have changed jobs. We also provide facilities for those 4 months up to a year. You pay 30% deposit.
Okay.
So for those persons who haven't. And one of the things we've started doing is we just added, to some extent, hand tools, but that's a case by case. And I'd like to say case by case. Our hire purchase policy is case by case. Just like we do for financial services, it's case by case. We do recognize it's not a one shoe that can fit every foot.
Yeah.
So every customer, we treat every customer as a case by case, and we work them through the process. It's not just, oh, bring your money and come and we're going to give. No. We work you through the process. And if we do recognize that we need to extend the period or shorten the period based on your need, we do just that.
Okay.
We do just that. And persons might be wondering, hey, well, how do I get higher purchase? You go to our home and building depots. You look at the item that you need. Notice that's a need. Look at the item that you need. The sales associate would give you the information to take to the credit department. And we've thought about it all in one. The credit department is in the same building as the home and building depots. So you don't go outside and come back in and go around the corner. No. You go to this, you stay in the same building, you go upstairs, you speak to one of our agents, and they'll work you through the process. So you're going to need some things to take to them when you take up the farm. You're going to need 2 valid government-issued IDs.
Okay.
You're going to need a pay slip or a job letter to take to them so that they could look at your financial situation. And yes, we do offer higher purchase to self-employed.
Okay.
Right, so you take your bank statements to the agent and they would work the process with you.
So your 2 government IDs and your bank statement.
Right.
Caller, go ahead for Dominic. Good morning.
Good morning again. It's me. I have a question for Dominic. Dominic, do you work with Overseas National? I need some windows for my house.
Yes, we do work with overseas nationals through our credit department, and I can give you the number to call. It's 465-2511.
Hold on, Dominic. Hold on,
Sure.
let me write that number down.
I will hold.
Sorry about that.
No problem. We'll wait for you. It's
Go ahead.
It's 869 if you're calling from overseas. 465-25.
869
465
465
2511.
2511.
Right, and you ask the operator for the credit department, and they'll be either in St. Kitts or Nevis. I'm not certain, because we have persons in the diaspora who are from Nevis.
Okay.
And so on, so-
She's from St. Kitts.
She is.
She's from the lovely village of Connery.
I like
Yeah.
that. So you can ask for the credit department, and they'll transfer you to one of our associates there, and they'll
Thank
work through
you
the
very
process
much.
with you. You're very welcome, and thanks for choosing TDC.
Look at him. Any opportunity to advertise, he's going to take it.
So
Okay.
our application process normally takes 3 to 5 business days. You have people wondering, hey, when am I going to get this thing? That's because we have to do the credit checks. We have to do the due diligence. And again, it's case by case. So it's not that we're ruling out anybody and saying, no. We have to do the process to make sure that, all is well, so that when we do give you the products and so forth, you're in a position to meet your commitments.
Okay.
All right? The interest rate is very, very flexible. I'm going to stick with that. It's very, very flexible. And we work, again, with the client.
Yes.
We do recognize, hey,
Okay.
situation. We do work with them.
Okay.
So for those persons who want to get higher purchase, we're open for higher purchase. We haven't stopped doing higher purchase at all. Might have seemed so, but we still have those higher purchase options available for persons. See, the lady wanted some windows, she called.
No. So you said for the home and building?
The home and building depot.
Okay, so automotive is not included in that?
Not at this time.
Oh, okay.
Right. We do have some facilities for automotive, but that's a whole other story. That's most
Okay.
likely for purchasing.
All right. So as we wrap up, anything that you want to bring home?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd just like to give a plug. It's Valentine's Eve. So I'm going to start there. Start there and that where I began. Continue where I began, sorry. For those persons who want to shop online, you can create your wish list, right? So you go to the shoptdcgroup.com. You could surprise someone. Valentine's is about the essence of surprising and showing love and so on. You click the little hat on the thing there, and you choose your items, and you select your items, and then you could send your wish list to Cartons, or Dominic, or Quint, and we would gift you the items on Valentine's Day if they are available to pick up in store based on what it is, or you could have it delivered sometime next week.
Why next week and Valentine's tomorrow?
If you want to pick it up in store, you have that option. Yeah. I know you want it tomorrow. You're just playing smart. I'm looking out for your wish list. I want a wish list from Quint. I could take a wish from you.
Yeah, well, good.
No,
I'll quit one his tools for his garden.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well,
Take a work with
I'll
Quint.
consider.
Maybe he need a new shovel. Maybe shovel-headed mash up.
I don't know. He didn't say. He didn't even ask a question about the garden tools for higher purchase, the weed eater, the lawnmower, the chainsaw. So I wasn't even sure if Quint wanted anything. You want anything? Let's ask. Since you're putting you on the spot, let's ask. Do you want anything for Valentine?
Most of the tools that I use, I already have. You know how men are. Yeah.
I tried.
Maybe you might need some seeds, trolling flowers. in front of
Something,
the yard.
vegetable seeds, right? so that by the
something.
time we come back around next time, we may be having pumpkin tea. I don't know.
Thank you for coming as usual. Thank you for informing the folks. And Mr. Tio, thank you for that history lesson in terms of TDC being the pioneer of hire purchase in the island. And as Dominic said, everybody else joined the bandwagon. Yes. He used the keyword. So thank you as usual, sir. It's always a pleasure.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Yeah. So can
This Valentine's Day, celebrate love with a taste of something truly special. From the heart of Port Zante, St. Kitts Chocolate Factory presents the Valentine's Sweet Package. 3 delightful options crafted to match your moment. Option 1, just $99. 4 handcrafted locally made chocolates. 4 chocolate dipped strawberries. A simple sweet gesture that says, I'm thinking of you. Option 2, 135, 6 gourmet chocolates, 4 chocolate dipped strawberries, 1 small teddy bear. A balanced blend of flavor and charm, perfect for sharing. Option 3, 189, 9 assorted chocolates, 6 chocolate dipped strawberries, a cuddly teddy bear. Our deluxe package for when you want to go all out. Handcrafted with love, locally made with pride, wrapped in romance, ready for you. Place your order today. WhatsApp or call 762-3232 or 764-7860. Find us at Port Zante, directly across from the marina. Just look for the sign and follow your heart. St. Kitts Chocolate Factory, where love is always in season.
Rams the good food people always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. We want your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
This Valentine's Day, give the gift everyone really wants, relaxation, with Valentine's vouchers from the Chop Shop Salon and Spa. Celebrate Valentine's, Galentine's, or just treat someone who's always got your back. Literally, we've got you covered. Choose a 45-minute couples full body massage for $2.95, an hour-long couples massage for $3.95, or our couples pedicure pampering for $1.99, a guaranteed favorite. Vouchers are on sale February 1st to 15th, valid until March 31st, VAT included. Visit us at Port Zante, Sigit Ben near the Marriott, or Nevis next to Hartford. WhatsApp 869-667-7243 to book today.
The holidays just got a whole lot brighter with the new $5 Holiday Stash scratch ticket. It's easy to play, packed with $1,000 prizes and many chances for you to win big this holiday season. So go ahead, treat yourself, spread some cheer, and stack some cash. Play Holiday Stash today at Caribbean Lottery agents and vending machines island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Please play responsibly.
Just about 38 minutes after the hour of 9. So, Burl and Mr. McMahon, if you wanted to get in, you can try your best to get in because we'll have to close it out a bit early today, Friday, for our upcoming program at 10 a.m. I know we were speaking about coalitions and elections. Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live in Island T. Caller?
Yes, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, you were a bit low just now, but I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. Continuing my thoughts on the pre-election posturing. I think it's a duty of any political party in our system to go into the elections with an expectation, first of all, that they're going to win and that they're going to try to do their utmost to win. Okay? Otherwise, it will be a waste of time and money and people's expectations, right? And we know how costly elections can be around here, right? You don't go into an election with just rebuilding on your mind. You're going in, of course you rebuild if you have to, but once you enter in the elections, you're going in with expectation to win. You're going in with a winning attitude. And that applies to all parties. And so, it's interesting how, even though the CCM, Premier Brantley, went into an last election with a coalition with PAM in mind, that he pivoted to support of the Labour Party because he thought that doing that would get more from them. Okay, as a matter of fact, I think Labour was warned that Brantley can't be trusted, and true to form, now that another election is approaching, he's prepared to use whatever the narrative is going to take to get the support of the visions at the expense of Prime Minister Joe and the Labour Party. Okay, and that was forecasted, because we know from past experience what Brantley does. But the fact is, he is doing that to position himself to be and his party to be in the best position to win the next election. And PAM should be in the same mode, PLP should be in the same mode, Labour should be in the same mode. Okay? So at this stage, to say that rule out anything is not a smart move politically, I don't think. Okay? And from the prevailing view is that it's going to take a coalition to, just like last time, to unseat the Labour Party. And so, if that's what it takes, I suspect that PLP and
morning, guys.
PLP and PAM and NRP, even CCM, okay, all the other parties would be looking at the possibilities and looking at what is best for them. Because you see, one of the strangely enough, we are seeing what is happening on the regional scene. Well, Barbados specifically, where only 30% of the electorate went out to vote.
Yeah.
Imagine that, 30%. And what that says is that people are very disillusioned with politics. Yes, part of it might be saying that it's a foregone conclusion she's going to win, so I won't waste my time going out to vote anyway. But I think a larger part of it is that people are disillusioned.
Yeah, I want you to hold a minute because Cleo is also on the line. So
okay,
go ahead, Cleo.
Yeah. Good morning again. Good morning, Mr. Matt Mahon.
Morning.
I really was calling into New York Fashion Week starts today. So big up my daughter. I see she got her post on Facebook. But Mr. Matt Mahon talking about the politics, and I'm gonna say what Shani say. Pam is not taking no backseat to nobody. So if they want to come with collision or collusion, whatever they want to come with, we're not taking the backseat with nobody. We learn. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, but you can learn the wrong lesson, eh?
Well, Mr. McMahon, there's nothing wrong in saying you're not going to take a backseat because as it stands right now, both the PLP and PAM have one seat. So they're starting as equals, you understand? So I don't see why anybody should have to take a backseat to anybody. And that is...
Yeah, okay. Yes, I understand that.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying, that she was quite right in not forcing her hand, in not having her hands forced to rule out anything.
Yeah.
Okay? But, and sure, I like what you said about it being on Pam's terms. She has to say that.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm getting the impression from Cleo that she don't want no coalition at all. Right? And I don't think...
But why do they always need a coalition? That's my thing. Why can they not just win on their own?
That's standard in politics. That is standard in politics, where you have a government that is there, essentially can stand on its own right now.
There will come a time in the future when parties can stand on their own, you know. But remember that Labour has a history throughout the Caribbean, not just in St. Kitts and Nevis. From the grassroots of coming out of the cane fields and all that kind of stuff. And that is not easy to just put aside. But the way the individuals who are at the helm of the various labor parties around the Caribbean are acting now, and even around the world, because you hear of labor parties in other places, people are becoming disillusioned and people are beginning to weigh their options.
Yeah.
So down the line, it's going to become harder.
Yeah, because Labour is in power in England right now.
Yeah.
Well, and interestingly, too, the accusations are the same, that the Labour Party in England has become too consumed with the higher ups, you go on and call them.
The elite, they're no longer for the grassroots.
They're not about working class anymore.
Yeah.
And you see
and we see that
too.
we see that down here by way of the SZZ or SSZ or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And here's a very interesting thing about when I played that synopsis bit of history on Puerto Rico, and you realize all the things that the U.S. has done to keep them down. You realize one of them is kind of like the SSZ, where you come in from external, you're tax exempt and everything, but the local people are being heavily taxed.
Yeah.
You see? So this is what I've been saying to our Caribbean governments, and they don't seem to get it. Start to empower your people by eradicating some of the tax on your indigenous people and putting some of those tax on these people who are just using you as tax havens and not really doing anything to develop your countries and your economies. Go ahead.
But even at the most basic tenet of any party that has a mass of people behind them, you look out for the mass of people.
Yeah.
You don't hobnob and look out for the interests of the elite classes, because they have their organizations, Chamber of Industry and Commerce and that kind of thing, that looks out for them.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the weaker ones in society who look out for. And this tendency to go above and beyond and fraternizing with the elites, I don't think is one that speaks well of the history of labor parties, to be quite honest.
And I'm gonna listen to this. It happens all around the world. Let's take, for instance, in entertainment, and it happens in various factions. But this is what happens. Cortense is an entertainer, right? She starts from very low. Nobody knows her. She goes out there. She does her mixtape and whatnot. She puts them out there. People start to know her. The elites aren't studying with her because she's struggling there. She's a nobody. Next thing you know, she starts to get a gathering. She has hits, people are hitting on the different Facebook and this and that and that. Next thing, in a matter of a year and a half, 2 years, she has millions of followers. Everything she does is like gold. Next thing you know, she wins a Grammy. Next thing, all of a sudden, the elite now notices her and says, come and be a part of our club.
Be a part of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so foolishly what she does, she forgets all the struggle and all the input. She joins them, and they now start to influence her by saying, you have to have this and you have to have that. You develop your entourage. They start to tell her how she should, mind you, they weren't there when she was getting up, but they start telling her how she needs to do this and do that to survive. And all they're doing is digging into her finances, And eventually, she winds up with nothing because the lawyers are getting, the entourage is getting, they're digging and funneling and corruption in her money off. So next thing, how many artists have we heard say, when they look at the books, it doesn't add up? And this is what is happening right here in terms of the indigenous people. I just use the artists as an example.
Yeah, it's really pathetic to see what happens. And you know what's interesting too? A lot of, in our case, there are leaders who came out of that same working class.
That is why I use the example. The leaders are just like the artists. Hold a minute. There's another caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, Quint, it's me again.
Okay.
I'm trying to be very quick.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to be very quick, yes. The reason why I said our system is not in accordance with the Bible, goes contrary to the Bible, is one, like I've said before, and I will say again, based upon passages such as Exodus chapter 18, verse 21, Deuteronomy chapter 1, and other passages, the people them who have been put up for leadership, they are not biblically qualified according to those passages in the Bible and others as well. And number two, the way leadership is put up in the Bible, as God instructs, is for the people of God to put up men who meet the requirements in the specific passages that are laid out, and others as well. Men who meet them, who have a track record of such, those are the only ones who are qualified for civil government. And that our system as well is not decentralized as the Bible says
Greg,
it should
if
be.
we should not have elections.
I don't really want to entertain that because we have we're fast approaching the end. So, Greg, wrap up your statement. Yeah.
Yes. So those are the reasons why I say, and other reasons as well, why I say our system is contrary to the Bible, sinful, and therefore to participate in such in their way of electing leaders is also sinful as well. And the reason why I mention this is because sometimes people say, don't go in the specifics. So I just say, let me in the second one go into some of the specifics as to why I said what I said. God bless.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ is King. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
And remember your fast, you have maybe about 4 or 5 minutes.
I'll just conclude by saying, again, that the reason for the existence of a political party is to win in an election. And if they don't go in with a winning attitude in the first place, it's unlikely that they would win.
And you
they
made a
should
statement.
definitely-
And you made a statement yesterday, and I think you made it before. It is better to be in a part of a government than in opposition.
Right. That was attributed to actually our living national hero, so Kennedy Simmons.
Yes.
He actually said that, I think, at a convention.
And that is a profound statement because it is true.
It's true. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the reality. So if you go against that, you know what's going to happen.
So in another words, he's saying it is better to be a part of a coalition where you can have a say than be in an opposition where you don't have any say at all.
You don't have any say at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? That's the bottom line.
And a quick question before we wrap up. Do you think enough campaigning is happening with elections possibly due next year?
Personally, I don't like this idea of campaigning too early, right? It has become the norm around here that a campaign never ends.
Yeah.
So even when a party is in power and is supposed to be governing, it feels like a campaign. There's a never-ending campaign. There's always looking backwards to what your predecessor did and comparing and that sort of thing. And I think that's a distraction. I don't think it
But
helps
it's also a
building.
tactic. It's also a tactic that they use because the incumbent know that their coffers are large, and the opposition. The earlier you campaign, the more likely you are to run out of finances. So, if they can encourage you to campaign early to your detriment, well.
I mean, that's true. And that's one of the things that to me, should be a campaign issue.
Yes.
The fact that the incumbent has an advantage which everybody accepts, strangely enough. You have, for instance, you can get all kinds of consultants, have all kinds of PR firms,
Yeah.
SK, NIS, all kinds of things, and that favors the governing party.
And that's also why they can do what Mayor Motley did recently, call a snap election, because they're following and monitoring your capability to counter them.
Right.
And they're looking for you at your weakest point.
Yes.
And when you're at your weakest point, bam, they're going to hit you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously, the obvious conclusion to that is that's not a fair election, free and fair election. That's not a level playing field. Okay, but that's for the opposition, I guess, to deal with.
Yeah.
All right then.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your contribution as usual.
Yeah. Well, let me see if I can squeeze in this final call. Hello, caller.
Good day, Mr. Quint Cortensi and your guests. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, you're going to have to be very brief.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
I'm just going to drop back persons that NRP, they have a record politically here in St. Kitts and Nevis. They formed a coalition with PAM in 1980 to keep Labour out of government. And then they formed a coalition with Labour to keep Labour in government.
I was thinking that when Cortensius was saying that, how is it that Labour never had to form a coalition, but they did.
Okay, so maybe I needed to ask that
They did with NRP.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks for that.
Patrice Nisbet was the Attorney General, I think, at the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you said something, and I don't believe anybody told the previous Prime Minister. It's better to be in government than in opposition.
Yeah.
Because remember when the Six said, hey, we no longer support you, we're going to support Sean. He dissolved the House, he called election. So rather than him being in my humble view, him being in government and not the Prime Minister, he said, I prefer to be in opposition. And that is what happened. That is why he's in opposition. No.
Yeah.
But coalition is necessary. What's interesting is how come the letter that Dwyer referred to is proposing a merger between a coalition, PAM, PLP, and NRP, and not PAM, the one that worked for 7 years, PAM, CCM, PLP. I find that extremely interesting. I don't know why.
That is why I said, in kind of a veiled fashion, I said, well, I wonder why is he saying that we should stick with, because I'm trying to be very cautious, I don't want to lead.
You must.
Yeah, I don't want to lead anybody here or there. Yeah, but I'm glad you put it that way because it brings it more to light. Yeah.
Now, suppose the situation developed, Quince, that there's a merger needed to get the government into opposition. However, NRP doesn't have enough seats to do that, but CCM has. Is he going to change now and say, hey, let's forget NRP, go to CCM?
Yeah.
How would CCM react?
Yeah.
But hey, we had a coalition going and you said you no longer wanted me.
Yeah. And look
Yes,
at
so-
and look at it. That is why I said people don't listen when I speak. That is why I said. Remember yesterday I said that is what made me kind of look at Mark in a different light, because remember Mark was saying when we were going through certain things, he went and he had a conference with Denzel Douglas to try to form. So look, that is why you hear the saying, politicians make strange bedfellows. Never count nothing out when it comes to politicians. So you're so right.
Exactly. It's all about the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes.
And you're going to do what is necessary, what it takes, what you think is right, at least for the moment, to capitalize on it. So if it means forming that coalition like Sydney's one is, well, according to the allegations that he wrote that letter, then so be it.
Yeah.
But how he handled it, maybe he's trying to have his cake and eat it. But whether NRP win is a three-way coalition, whether CCM wins, but obviously they're going to be pushed back.
What people must understand, right, is that people always have their agendas. And
Correct.
And remember that Dwyer is a former politician, right?
Correct.
And maybe he is still doing his own psychological politicking. You see, people have to bear that in mind.
And his version, as a journalist, Quint, and you're very much aware of it, I believe, when you put a story, you could twist the story in a certain direction according to what you like and what you don't like.
That's it, yeah.
And clearly, listening to Dwyer, to me, his thing favors his former party, the government.
Yeah.
The way he has presented that fact. And I'm not saying that he's not telling the truth,
Yeah.
But it makes it sound all bleaky that there shouldn't be no possibility of a coalition.
Yeah.
But
well, you see,
believe that's the only way they're going to get Labour out of government.
We're going to have to wrap up now, but
Yes,
that is why minds like yours, who are very analytic, are very important.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
Okay.
I try. According to Cartensia, I try.
Okay.
All right. Have a good weekend, guys.
Same
to you.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
Cartensia, your parting words.
Just have a great weekend and see you on Monday, God's Spirit. I had a question for him, but I guess I'll save it for another time because I think this topic is going to continue as impending elections are looming.
Most definitely.
So,
yeah.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
You're listening to a previously broadcast program.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Win FM.